Hi, Cottage cooking people. Today I'm going to show you how to make some sourdough bread. I was one of those people that decided that there was a global pandemic going on and why not make some sourdough? So my sourdough starter has been in existence since the beginning of March of last year, March of 2020. And it's still alive and kicking. And I fed my starter last night. I'll explain to you how to make starter later on. And it has doubled in size. So this is an equal part, it's called 100% hydration starter, which is equal parts water and flour. And you can Google how to make your own starter. I won't get into the details about that. But this is the starter, and we're gonna make our bread this morning. Okay, so for this sourdough combination, we're going to add 400 grams of flour, 340, I'm getting there. Four 400 grams of flour. Then we go back down to 0 again. And we're gonna add 230 grams of filtered water. Just a little bit more. Okay, 232 is okay. And 5 grams of salt. 5 grams of salt. Okay, 5 grams of salt. And this is our starter. Oh my God, look at that. Ooh, smells like starter. Looks pretty nice. It's nice and bubbly. That's exactly what you want. And we're going to do 160 grams of this gooey it's wild yeast and bacteria basically is what sourdough starter is. Well, this is a hot mess is what you call it. Okay. I do believe we're gonna have to do this video over again. Be a bit more organized, but we never know. It could actually turn out okay. All right. All right, so we got our flour, our starter, our water, our salt, and I also put in about 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, baking soda, that's baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. All right, so I'm gonna mix my sourdough mixture in the KitchenAid. If you don't have a KitchenAid, you can do the whole thing by hand, but I'm lazy, like John always says. So, and I have a KitchenAid. So I'm going to mix it for about 6 minutes, and then I'm gonna knead it by hand too. So. All right, we got our sourdough mixture here. I have my little handy bowl scraper, which I love. It's a marvelous tool. Just a little bit of flour on the board. You don't want to put too much because you don't want it to get too floury. So I'm just gonna knead it. Oh yeah, that's nice. Woo, mamma mia. All right, so I'm gonna knead it for probably 2 or 3 minutes. So you just kind of fold it and push it. You don't have to be too particular about your kneading strategy. This is also a great tool. Fold and push and pull. It likes to go in all sorts of directions. All right, I think our dough is about ready. It's been about 2 minutes. And if you do what's called the window pane test, you let it hang and it's not breaking. Hello. I can see you. I think we're good to go. So now we're gonna put it in a bowl. I just put a little dash of olive oil. On the inside. And we're going to let it rise for 3 hours, covered in a nice little warm spot. And then we'll come back and I'll show you what we'll do next. Okay, so this is still some leftover live starter that we have. So we don't want to waste it because we want to have more starter that keeps going. So we're going to save some of the starter so we can continue. It's very sticky. So we can continue to make sourdough bread. You only need to save about 60 grams or so. And then you'll have to feed that starter as well. But like I said, you can Google how to make starter. And then the rest goes into what's called discard. And discard, you want to discard it, but you want to use it. So we'll do sourdough crepes tonight. All right, we've had 3 hours of proofing our bread. That's what it looks like right now. Sourdough bread doesn't tend to rise a lot like other breads do. So don't be alarmed. All right, we don't have to do much. Et voila. We're gonna put some flour in our proofing basket. If you've never seen a proofing basket, this is a proofing basket. So a lot of flour in there. Get it in all the creases. It's very light. It's made out of like, I don't know, some kind of bamboo maybe? I have no idea. But it's very cozy for the bread. All right. Then you take your bread, you stretch it out on the top, you stretch it out on the bottom, you fold it in, and you shake it all about. You can do the hokey pokey too if you want, but it's not necessary. All right, now it goes in the little basket, and it's got a little hat too. Got a little hat over it. And we're going to let that proof for another 3 to 4 hours. See you later. Okay, we put the Dutch oven cover on top. In the oven, we do 25 minutes covered, and then another 25 minutes uncovered.
Goodbye, little bread.
All right, bread's out of the oven.
Try this. Just listen to the crust here.
That's pretty good.
Come on now. Let's see. Some butter. Oh my God. This is so good. So good. Thank you, Lisa.